Hey, oh my God,
Take me back.
you literally walked us into our next segue. Because speaking of 2016, remember when the DCEU was in shambles? Well, apparently the DCU is already having some shambles going on in it. So,
I actually just can't believe this one.
so
This is
here's,
egregious, to use a big word.
I mean, so what we heard is that essentially there's already some problems with the DCU structure and getting projects off the ground with the right people because, surprise, surprise, it's a giant money investment, but also it's a shared universe. But James Gunn is saying, just make your project the way you want to. That can't be a shared universe then because you still got to sit down and talk then, right? Like
You
if
say that's exactly how Marvel made Phase 1 and 2.
they kind of did approach it that way, yes.
Yeah.
But
having a post-credit scene connecting a movie is not the it does not
yeah.
count.
Yeah.
You take that away, the Incredible Hulk is a complete standalone to Iron Man.
It's true, yeah. Outside of like the couple mentions of like, oh, there's Stark machines shooting the Hulk with sound waves. Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
nice generic Easter egg like means nothing.
yeah, exactly. It's like the old Easter eggs you would get in like the old Marvel films, right? It's like, oh, what's his name? Doctor Strange. Nope, that's taken. Doctor Octopus. Oh, okay. Like it's that type of deal. So
classic line. Classic.
Yeah. I mean, I do believe a part of this rumor is true. I just think it's been exaggerated greatly because look, they're going to have problems getting off the ground just by the nature of the last 4 films have all flopped. Like the DCEU.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
It's tough. They're going to need heavy money investment, and the investors aren't going to look at, oh, you're making a Supergirl movie, huh? But the last Superman movie couldn't even make a profit, and you're already rebooting Superman, but we haven't seen how much it's going to make. Like, there is going to be a little apprehension from investors and the higher ups to lean heavily into giving you tons of money. So I partially believe this, but at the same time, I'm like, it's greatly exaggerated because that's what everybody does.
This just feels like someone trying to, still ride the old DCEU story.
Yeah.
Who does it even come from anyway?
Just generalized reports, and the main one came from Jeff Snyder, which is what got it traction. He said, and I quote, like, it's a mess. That's what he said. He's been told by people close to it, it's a mess. When he says it, I'm more inclined to believe it than just, random people out there. And then others that work at some of the bigger outlets were like, he's not lying. We've heard the same things. It's like, okay, maybe there's something here, but we don't know the extent of it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, good old Warner Brothers, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't blame Gunn in the slightest.
Right. Unless
Legacy comes out here and it's trash, I would not blame Gunn in the slightest.
Same. Yep.
Also, even if it is Gunn's fault, you put a director as a CEO.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of. Okay.
That's literally like imagine if Microsoft promoted the guy that, I don't know, build the new indie game, that everybody loves. So, like, imagine if Microsoft was like, hey, the guy that just made Pal World want to run Microsoft instead of Phil Spencer, and be like, what? That's what they did with James Gunn. Like, it is a weird scenario.
Yeah, and they didn't even know how to create a game.
Yeah.
So
just like the DC, oh my God.
Yeah, it's just, I believe it to a certain extent, but not like to what is rumored to be reported about this whole situation.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to believe it, right? I don't want to be right back where we started. It's like, no, I can't take another 15 years of the same crap. Please, no.
Yeah.
It's just really weird because like how Gunn said he wants everything to be connected. For people listening, it also includes the animated side and apparently video games. So they all have to.
Yeah, that whole
connect.
video game thing is bollocks. It's pure bullshit. There's no.
He said it. It came out as it wasn't
zero chance. This man came out here in that video and said video games are connected in the same vein that the TASM 2 video game was connected to the movie.
Well,
it's no chance it's even feasible.
They're all going to have the same actor / voice actor.
That may well be the case, but it's not gonna be. It's physically impossible to do it. Game dev takes too long.
Yeah.
Unless it's just retelling. Unless the games are going back to that old school. Like, a movie's come out, we're gonna make the movie as a game.
So
then, it's connected by sheer virtue that it's just retelling the story.
And that's the thing. Like, James Gunn just confirmed also this past week, multiple AAA DCU games are in development, and he's like, "Oh, I can't wait to share more info and play them myself." I'm like, guys, lead times on games are like 5 to 6 years. By the time that game comes out, how is it going to fit the continuity, if at all? Like, and what games are they? Like, so
the only way you could know for sure, or the only way you could do it for like and actually have it work, is if you know your end goal.
Mm-hmm.
And you know for a fact you're not going to change anything, because you change one thing, that's a ton of work for developers,
right?
And you've got to change assets, you've got to change models, you've got to change actors, you've got to change this and all the script and everything else. That takes so long for games.
Yeah, because remember, they said, when Superman appears in other projects, it's going to be David that plays Superman. So Superman appears in a video game, like, let's say they're making a Green Arrow video game, right? Okay, if Superman appears in that, it's got to be him. But how does that fit into the, like, it's such a, like the MCU did it right one step at a time. The DCU announcing their plans and being like, oh yeah, animated films, TV shows, comics, video games, all in continuity. You're like, you guys are already like quadrupling down on what Marvel Studios even failed to do with just TV and films because it was too much. Like, it is, I can 100% understand how somebody would look at the scenario and be like, yeah, Jeff Snyder, yeah, there's some problems here. I can't tell you what, because it could lead to me. But, and again, as somebody who's known people from Sony related to Spider-Man things, sometimes I've cut a little too close and they knew exactly who gave me info. So sometimes you got to be this vague. So, it's just.
Are you telling me that James Gunn and J.J. Abrams are the same person?
Have you ever seen them together?
You're right. Actually, no, I haven't. There is no pics of them, right?
Aha. So, James Gunn just tosses on glasses and he becomes a J.J. Abrams.
Is that why his hair is white now, to try and throw people off?
Oh my God. I think we solved the mystery. This is it.
Either that or there's literally just yin and yang, right? Like, they are the two primal forces of the universe.
They're double embezzling money. This is insane. Zaslav, I figured out what's going on. Why you can't make profits. Oh, man. So, look, I don't want to be too much down on the DCU, but clearly there's going to be some problems there. It's not going to be smooth sailing. It never is. So we'll talk more about this when we hear something more concrete, or probably in a couple of weeks when we get the casting of like Supergirl and some other like surrounding characters, which seem to be all getting cast right now. So
I don't know how I feel about the Supergirl shortlist.
Same.
So I liked the House of the Dragon girl.
Same.
I was upset when she, they did the time jump in that show.
Yeah,
because I thought she was the best part of it. I don't see her as a Supergirl, but then no, I've been surprised before.
Exactly. Yeah.
Happen again.
Same. So we'll talk more about all that soon, everyone. And I guess now we're on to our final piece of discussion here, which is